Miracle Boy Boxing. I'm your host, Cruz, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk to you guys about the outcome of last night's boxing on the Zone, Golden Boy Promotions, from Phoenix, Arizona. The Jaime Mungia versus John Ryder fight card. The three main fights, man, that took place on the card. Let's get it started. Let's talk about none other than Guiterez Fondura versus Cruz, another chapter in the Mexico versus Puerto Rico rivalry. It wasn't a fight where you saw tremendous action. Cruz went in there as an underdog, 41 years old, a lot of amateur experience, deep amateur background, over 200 amateur fights. And as you saw, and for those of you that have seen Cruz fight, you know what she was bringing to the table. Excellent ring generalship, IQ, good jab, good counters, just sticking and moving, using her boxing skills that have got her to win Golden Gloves multiple times, national titles. And, she's had her career, she spent most of her career in the amateur ranks, in the amateur level. That's why when she turned pro at 38, and now she's 41, getting in title fights. She's no pushover. She's 41, but she's no pushover. She's got a lot of skills and she can box. So unfortunately for Cruz last night, she was in the receiving end of a stoppage loss. Fondura, is the sister of the Tower Inferno, Sebastian Fondura. She went in there she was defending her IBF title. And she took a cautious approach early because she was getting outboxed definitely in the first half of the fight. It was a 10-rounder, so like the first 5 rounds she was getting completely outboxed by Cruz with the jab, and Cruz was landing her straight right left hook combos. That was a main counter for her all night, and she was just catching Fondura coming in, because Fondura, that's all she was doing, coming in, no jabs, nothing. She was just being patient and looking for that one shot. And she, eventually got caught. She was getting caught multiple times, and Cruz was just having her way. And, Fondura would land a shot here or there. As you saw that her nose, at Christina Cruz's nose was all red up, from a shot there. But then the second half of the fight, Fondura eventually came on, started to close the gap, started to land punches on Christina. Punches that were not landing on Christina earlier in the fight. Christina started to slow down a bit. And both women, Fondura pressed the fight, and eventually, the pressure got to Christina, and Christina started to fade badly. When it comes to the stoppage, it was a bit questionable for me, because Christina, I feel that she recovered from that last round when she got hurt to the body. She came out, and it was the last round, man. It was an even fight based on the scorecards. Had it dead even. And it was up for grabs. The fight was up for grabs, and Christina had a chance to win the fight. The thing is with the stoppage now, Christina was coming with her typical counter that she was landing all night, the right hand left hook. So she shoot the right hand. She missed the right hand. She shoot the left hook, and as she shoot the left hook, she went off balance. She had her back turned, gloves, hands up, because she knew that and felt that Fondura was going to hit her. So because she went off balance and her back was turned, she put her hands up, and here comes Fondura hitting her to the back to the side of her body and stuff like that. But the thing was, Christina, she was waiting for the referee to come in and break them so that the referee can make Christina turn around and tell her, don't do that again, box. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And usually in those situations, the referee will come in and tell the fighter, don't do that again. Turn around, box. Didn't happen. So, because that didn't happen, the referee saw it as, okay, Christina doesn't want to fight no more. I'm going to stop the fight. And that sucks, because Christina could have won the fight. It was a close fight. She easily banked the first 5 rounds in a 10-rounder. Could have been a draw. You just never know. But it is what it is. The stoppage was a bit bogus for me. I think he could have let Christina fight on. Because if you look at the fight too, when that happened, not only did Christina went off balance when she threw the hook, she got hit behind the head. She got hit behind the head as she went off balance. And then that's when she put her hands up and stuff, and like she was like, "What the hell is going on here? Where's the referee?" But it is what it is. You know, they say protect yourself at all times, and I guess that was the situation there. And that's what the referee saw. You know, Christina, based on the referee's eyes, she seemed defenseless, so he's gonna stop it and give Gabriela Fondura the TKO win and allow her to retain her title. I think a rematch should happen. I don't know about you guys, but I think a rematch should happen. It was competitive enough for a rematch to happen, especially with the stoppage. I think Christina deserves a rematch. You know, she ain't gonna get more title shots than, you know, in her future than last night, because she's 41. She's, you know, basically out the door. I don't know, but that's that with that fight. Let me know what you guys think on that. Was it a good stoppage? Trashy stoppage? The referee was paid? I don't know, man. He took advantage of that and it was paid. I don't know. Co-main event: Oscar El Pupillo Collazo defeated ranked fighter top 10 at 105 pounds from Nicaragua, Reynes Guiterez, by third round TKO. An unknown fighter coming in. No one knew of him like that. Not a big name in the weight class, but he was ranked at number 10 by the WBO, and he's actually ranked number 11 by the WBC. So he was not really a pushover in there. He was a ranked fighter. But Oscar Collazo went in there and made him look, you know, like a fighter that's not even ranked in the weight class. You know, Collazo went in there and completely outclassed him, making him miss. And Collazo just countered him with excellent counter shots, popping him up with the left hand, snapping his head back repeatedly. You know, Collazo walking him down, you know, with educational pressure, jab, body shots, counter left hands. Anytime Gutierrez opens up, Collazo is on the move with his head ducking, slipping, trying to count and countering at the same time. Excellent. You know, Collazo is one of the best Puerto Rican fighters today. One of the most talented fighters Puerto Rico has ever seen and produced. You know, he got it all. Skills, power. You want to brawl, let's do it. You want to box, let's do it. He's got it all. I've said it before. He's a complete fighter. He has everything you want to see in a fighter. Defense, offense, ring generalship, IQ. That's why he's the champion, and he's a champion at 6 fights. You know, Collazo is no joke. Now, actually, he's at 9 fights, but when he won it, he was at 7. You know, in the past, you'll be like, oh, don't rush fighters like that. He's only got this and that amount of fights. But Collazo proved the world wrong and he's the reason why he's the WBO minimum weight champion. You know, the record is deceiving. Yes, 9-0, but he's ready for the big names and been ready. And like I said, he stopped Reynes Gutierrez with brutal shots before the referee came in. Gutierrez was all over the place when the stoppage came. You know, he was really hurt, and it was a good stoppage. And with that, Oscar Collazo retained his WBO minimum weight championship with his second title defense by stoppage. So congratulations to El Pupillo Collazo, and still WBO minimum weight world champion from Puerto Rico, Villalba. And then we got the main event, Jaime Mungia versus John Ryder, ladies and gentlemen. Lived up to the hype. The fight was competitive. A lot of exchanges and spots. Mungia dropping Ryder, nothing new. Ryder's been down multiple times, comes back up and stands his ground, gets stronger, gets more warm up. Like with Canelo dropped him, and then when he got up, you know, he took it right back to Canelo and gave him a good fight. So that's what we saw, you know. And then when Ryder got dropped with Mungia, he got up and started countering with the right hook on Mungia's chin multiple times. You know, Ryder was trying to come back into the fight. He had his moments, but Mungia was just a bit too much, too young, too sharp, too explosive. You know, that right hand of Mungia was not missing, man. And when it landed, damn, Ryder was on his butt. Excellent performance by Mungia. The combinations was there. The body shots were there. The right hand was there. The patience was there. The bounce on his toes was there. You know, he didn't rush anything. Hands up. You know, ain't much you could do with Mungia. You know, he has a solid chin. I know he has not always had the best defense, but he's improving. He's improving. But of course, Mungia will always get hit. He's a very offensive fighter. So, and he has a good chin. Can he take a shot from Canelo? I don't know, but that we'll find out if they fight. But that's the next big fight for Jaime Mungia. You know, he went in there and stopped a guy that Canelo couldn't even stop. So that was coming into the fight. That was the question: can Mungia do what Canelo didn't do, and that stopped John Ryder? And he did in impressive fashion. Even the corner was threw in the towel. You know, the referee did not even see the signal, and they were telling the referee, stop it. So, yeah, impressive performance by Jaime Mungia. TKO in the 9th round in the main event. On to bigger and better things. Hopefully, you know, in the interview he said he wants Canelo. He would like to fight Canelo. It'll be a big Mexico versus Puerto Rico fight. You know, a lot of Mexicans for sure are gonna tune in and turn out wherever this fight lands. It's gonna be a good fight. You know, any other top big names at 160. The thing is, he's at 160. Jaime Mungia Canelo fight is at 168. So he's gonna have to go up in weight, I believe. Let's see, Mungia. Mungia has been fighting at 160 for some time now. Let's see. Box Life is taking a little long to load on my phone. One second, guys. It's taking forever. So yeah, obviously the fight is going to be at 168. Jaime Mungia definitely, he's going to be strong there, and yeah, that will be a great fight. Canelo versus Jaime Mungia. A lot of action, a lot of toe-to-toe fight, a lot of toe-to-toe action. 2 power punchers in that fight. I don't know who you guys got winning, but that would be a tremendous fight in itself. So at super middleweight, of course, Canelo is the guy at 168. So Jaime Mungia. Okay, so this fight was at 168. So yeah, Canelo. So yeah, John Ryder has always been at 160. Fought Canelo at 168, so it makes sense for Jaime Mungia to fight at 168 against John Ryder. So yeah, so by fighting John Ryder, it will put Mungia in place for Canelo because he beat a fighter that Canelo didn't stop. You know, and that proves that okay, Jaime Mungia is worthy of Canelo's attention. You know, you got Edgar Berlanga there, you got Pacheco, you got David Morrell, you got Caleb Plant, you got Mbili, and then you got David Benavidez. So Jaime Mungia, man, is now 168, and it's like he's got monsters in there with him. He's a monster, but you know he's in there with other monsters. You know him and Berlanga, the tremendous fight in the rival between Mexico and Puerto Rico, always sells, and that'll be a good fight as well. Pacheco, another Mexico versus Mexico fight. David Morrell, very skilled Cuban, crafty Cuban boxer puncher. Caleb Plant, as skilled as it gets, and one of the top fighters for some time at 168. And David Benavidez, man. David Benavidez versus Jaime Mungia is a brutal slugfest for as long as it lasts. That's a hell of a fight. The main fight, of course, is with Canelo Alvarez, but we'll see what happens with Canelo. Let's see who he decides to fight. Hopefully he's against Benavidez, man. That's the tremendous war right there that we all want, and I hope it happens. Let's see. Morrell is a hell of a challenge. Pacheco, it's another challenge too. Berlanga. So there's a lot of options there for Mungia to fight, man. So we'll see what happens. As a matter of fact, in the WBO, Jaime Mungia is number 1. He's the number 1 contender for Canelo Alvarez's WBO championship. The thing is, Canelo is the undisputed champion at 168. So, you know, and he's almost, you know, Mungia is also number 2, but at WBC. So, Mungia, since he's ranked number 1, it makes sense. In the WBO, it makes sense for him to fight for the undisputed titles against Canelo Alvarez next. So we'll see what happens. But that's my post-fight reactions on the Jaime Mungia versus John Ryder card. Gabriela Fondura defeats Cristina Cruz by stoppage in the last round, in what was a questionable stoppage by the referee. I think that referee pulled off a Tony Weeks, but that's my opinion. And we got Oscar Collazo defeating Reynes Guiterez by stoppage in the 3rd round, defeating a ranked fighter, top 10 ranked fighter from Nicaragua. And Jaime Mungia stops John Ryder in impressive fashion, stamps himself as a main threat at 168 pounds, and definitely should be in line for Canelo Alvarez next. We'll see what happens. This is Miracle Boy Boxing. I'm your host, Cruz. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, guys. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing right here. And I will see you guys on my next video. Peace.